Hello everyone, my name is Joanna, or also known as Joanna the Medium on my YouTube channel, Joanna the Medium. Thank you so much for stopping by. In these series, the first 6 months of 2018, I used several decks and also channeled messages to take you through what you might be expecting in the first 6 months or so in 2018. These are general readings. Please listen if you can, or if you want to your moon sign and rising sign, as well as your sun sign, as these may offer you a little bit more clarity. Of course, this may not apply to everybody because it is a general reading and thousands of you watch this. Listen to it throughout the 6 month period, because most of the time at the beginning of the year, a lot of things may not make sense to you, and a lot of that information comes through as well in my free YouTube channel, where a lot of the information won't make sense at the beginning of the month, and then it makes a lot of sense towards the end. So do listen to it periodically, and so that you can check in where things are at. But at the end of the 6 months, most of it will make sense to you. Thank you so much for purchasing, for liking, for sharing. And if you would like a private session with me, that information is down below for you, or you can go to my website, www.joannathemedium.com. Thank you so much once again. I hope you enjoy these videos and you find them helpful, and I wish you best of luck. Take care. Bye. Hello, beautiful Aquarians. This is going to be your reading for January 2018. Happy New Year to you. Let me see what I can get by tuning in first and seeing if there's any information prior to me going through the cards. So one of the messages that I'm seeing right off the bat is, the image I have is a branch falling off of a tree. And I hear the word redundant. What this is saying to me, you're being represented by the tree. There are some things in your life that are no longer working. And a lot of it is reflected in a 6 month reading. But the branch that's being shown to me is dry, which means it's not getting enough nutrition and oxygen and proper foundation in order to grow. And nature is so sophisticated that it knows how to eliminate aspects that don't work so that it can focus its energy on things that do work and things that want to grow. So what this is saying to me is that there is a branch of your life that is being where life is being sucked out of, or it's dry, and that's a metaphor, or it's redundant, or it is no longer working, and eventually it falls off. So something in your life is going to fall off, whether it is it's an attachment to that you have. It is either an attachment within you, so psychological or emotional attachment, or an attachment to a person, a place, position, or anything you can attach yourself physically, emotionally, or mentally. That's being shown to me. The other thing that's being shown to me is that the tree is being protected. So I'm seeing a what can be described as, what is it? Privacy. Okay, you are going to be putting forth boundaries. Thank you. These boundaries are for protection. So for your protection. So for those of us, or for those of you who have had no boundaries, life can be a little bit difficult, because not having boundaries or having very low boundaries, people tend to have not respect for you because, well, you don't have high boundaries. So it's telling me that one or two things is going to happen. Either something is going to fall off your life, and you're going to realize, wait a minute, I need higher boundaries so that doesn't happen again. Or you decide to put up your boundaries, and you decide to be much more sure of yourself, and as a result, whatever hasn't been working now falls away. And that's reflected also in the 6 month reading. Let me just see if there's anything else. Yes, the stop sign is being shown, and very quickly you're going to have to make a left or a right, and that's a metaphor, because there is either going to be a change of direction or a change of the way you do or see things moving forward. And let me just see here. I'm definitely being pulled in one direction, but there's a part of me that wants to go in a different direction. Or the bigger part of me wants to go in a new direction. The other part of me wants to go to the same direction because it's familiar. So for those of you who are going to be making changes and decisions regarding something in your life, whatever you choose to go, If you choose to go back to something familiar, ask yourself if it's truly, really what you want, or you are doing it purely because it is familiar to you and you know what to expect, and some subconscious part of you feels that you deserve this and this is how things should be. And I'm saying this because it's almost like a bit of a warning. Many of you will feel that you will want to go back to something, and going back may not necessarily be the best decision for you. Obviously, it will be different for different people, and your circumstances will dictate what it means to you. But I'm definitely being pulled in a different direction with so much more energy. So there is a need for you to do something different, to break away from something, to leave something behind, to detach yourself from something. Incidentally, the message of attachments was huge in a 6-month reading, because that was one of the first things that is talked about. So this is basically a prelude to the 6-month. The overall card that represents the energies you'll be working with in the month of January is the Magician. Magician showed up for you in the other reading as well. So cards are repeating for you, and that's important. In this position, it tells me that you're a little bit stagnant with regards to direction. This also tells me that you may feel slightly, I hear the word slightly, put off because of something that happened, and it makes you go within, makes you what's the word I want to use? What's the term I want to use? It makes you go into your shell. Okay, that's what's being shown to me. It also shows me that you are not using your skills or your gifts effectively, and it shows me that you are resisting change. Some of you, not all of you. So in the month of January, some things will come up for you to give you the proverbial aha moment. And because of the aha moment, things will change directions. I see this in almost every single sign, so this is not new to you. Nonetheless, getting a Magician, whether it's reversed or upright, it's a very good card, because it's telling me the energy that you are working with is energy of new beginning and starting something new. You may not want to deal with it. You may be pushing it off a little bit. Point is, that energy is around you, so take advantage of that energy. When I ask what's driving you to move forward in the direction that you're going, you have the Strength card. So strength is on your side, and I feel that this is imperative for you to know, because many of you have been feeling like you have been mentally and emotionally beaten up. This is really, that's what I'm being shown. So, and I'm also seeing the Chariot. So there's definitely a movement forward with something. You may also be moving, okay? The Leo is prominent here in this card, so you might be dealing with someone who is a fire sign, somebody others is an aspect of you. But it's really important for you to know that you have a lot of strength behind you in order to help you carry out your decisions that you're going to make. Let me just see if there's anything else here that's there's just a lot of contentment with this feeling. Now, getting the Strength card, this is one of my favorite cards in a deck, because you're driven by abundance, you are driven by strength. You're not being driven by ego or by your, what's the word I want to use? By physical things only. This is inner strength. So that is fantastic for you to know. When I ask about January, where are you going to feel? You've got two cards. You have Nine of Swords in reverse, and then you have Four of Cups. So it's telling me that there is some sort of a relationship that you are reevaluating, and it's causing you possibly some sleepless nights, or it has been causing you some sleepless nights. It's not unusual, considering what I saw in the 6 months reading, that you're battling with some things, and there's some changes happening. Now, this isn't a bad thing. Reevaluation is actually your ability to stop, think, and reorganize your thoughts, and that was actually, I think, talked about, in order for you to achieve a certain goal that you are after, and you're being driven by your inner strength. This card tells me, yes, it's a card of oppression, feeling isolation, hopelessness, yes, but what I'm getting here is that it's not so much that this is how you'll be feeling, but something in your life is causing you this, okay? It's causing you unrest, and it's to do with your emotions, with your relationship. I always say it doesn't have to be a lover, it can be a work situation, and all of that is reflected in a 6-month reading. When I ask what you should focus on or what you should know, you've got 5 of Cups in reverse. And what this is telling me is that in the near future, you can expect to have a financial rebirth. So things are going to start, emotional rebirth. You're letting go of things from the past. You're letting go of resentment. You are basically ready to move on from something or someone. This is emotions. So something you are emotionally connected to or have been connected to. Now, this may have been in your past long time ago, or it may be currently in your life. Point is, you are going through a lot of changes. I was also shown the number 9 when I added all the cards, which means you are in the process of putting things to its completion, to finalizing. So there's definitely a bit of an end in the road for you, or at least a fork in the road, which is where I saw the sign, and you have to turn left or right, and then you have to decide. Whatever decision you make sure it comes from your heart. It doesn't come just from your logic. Make sure you intuitively feel into what is important to you, and that was talked very much about in the 6-month projections. Additional cards, messages, you have 2. One of them is the card called Blessed. What this is basically saying is you can count on you feeling like little miracles are going to enter your life. So it's important for you to count your blessings. This card also tells me that it is important for you to focus on what is working in your life and for loving yourself. Very important. It is saying that little miracles will be sprinkled all throughout the year for you, and these little miracles will help you. Synchronicities will help you to achieve some really important goals or realize some really important goals, to which you will move forward with more confidence. But first you have to do some reevaluation and possibly some changes in your environment, in your environment. But basically, Spirit is saying to you, you are blessed. You have everything that is needed for you to move forward. Your journey is about to begin. Be prepared to be surprised in a positive way. The next message you have is Imagine in reverse, and this is all about your thoughts. This is about your thinking, and this is about making sure that you use your thoughts in a way that will positively affect you versus the negative. And as we know, thoughts create our reality, and thoughts that are fueled by emotions will eventually create your reality when you focus on it long enough. So because this card is shown in reverse, it says that in the month of January, you might have a tendency to feel slightly negative. So this is about watching your thoughts. It's watching where you put your thoughts, or where you put where you put your energy to, what thought process, because that thought process is going to fuel your circumstances moving forward. And because they're saying here, look, things, you might be dealing with some things, you might be feeling slightly not very creative, like there might be some conclusions in your life, but just so you know, you are going in the right direction. That's why they're saying keep following your intuition. That's really, really important. They're showing me crossroads. Many of you are definitely going to feel like you are at crossroads, or that has already transpired, and eventually you're going to come to terms with it and make whatever is necessary. I want to be very clear about this. These are not bad choices. These are choices and decisions that ultimately will help you break out of your shell. And when you're being driven or fueled by your inner strength, you will be pushed into situations where they may feel slightly uncomfortable. And when that happens, it's because we are being pushed beyond our comfort zone in order to grow. Now remember, this card is about expansion. It's about charging forward. Yes, it may be in reverse because you may not be feeling like it, but this is indicative that, you know, brand new energy is around you. This is what you have working for you, so take advantage of it. I'm just being asked to pull one more card from a completely different deck, so let me just see what he wants me to do. What additional messages do we have for Aquarius for the month of January? Be patient with yourself because some things may frustrate you. I feel like you're working towards something and it's like you're going up and then you slide down. You go up and you slide down. It's like, oh, can I just go up? So perseverance, very, very important here. Trust your intuition. Also, pay attention to your dreams. I'm being shown a triangle. I don't know what a triangle means to me, but to you, but triangle, I mean, it could be the three, you know, bodies, mind, spirit. That could be it for you. May mean something different to you. To me, triangle signifies, the way I'm seeing it, is stability, grounding. I'm also being taken to my first chakra. So a lot of what's happening in your life right now is fundamental safety and security going forward. And this could be financial, this could be in a relationship, but most importantly within yourself. Yeah, I'm seeing you putting Christmas toys away, but that's pretty standard. I don't even know why they would show me this. But what is the additional message for Aquarians for January? Oops, 2017. Oops. Okay, there we go. Capacity to love. So this is about, well, self-love. The message of this card is that in order to find yourself loved unconditionally, and in order for you to attract everything that you want, you first have to start with practicing self-love for yourself. So your capacity to love you will dictate the capacity you love for someone else and what you will attract to yourself. I just want to point here the red, and I think that's yeah, he's wearing that on his neck. So red is first chakra. There's a lot of first chakra message here. First chakra, it's all about safety and stability and security. So for those of you who fundamentally do not feel safe and secure within yourself, or you grew up in an environment where it was very chaotic, your ability to attract a solid, stable relationship will be minimized by you having this, unless you work through it. And also your ability to secure finances and keep it may be affected negatively by you not having a background that was chaotic. So that's truly, truly important. Now, when they talked about here using your thoughts in a positive way, it's the same. It's essentially the same thing. There's a lot of heart healing here. So in the next 6 months, I feel many of you will overcome, I hear the word major addictions. When we have major addictions, it's because we are fundamentally lacking something emotionally within ourselves. And this almost always stems from us not feeling complete. People who are balanced and complete rarely, I want to say rarely because I don't want to say never, because there's no such thing as never in most things, but almost never find themselves being addicted to something, simply because harmony within doesn't seek other things, because it regulates itself. So self-love here is huge. Because of what I saw in a 6-month projection reading, because what I saw you're facing, it tells me that you are coming from a place of needing to have more self-love. and a lot of things will change as a result of you doing that. So that's a huge message. He hasn't asked me to do this before for any other sign, so this, you're the first. And I'm just being shown number 19. 19 is the sun, I believe, so that's a good sign. A lot of clarity will come with this, but 19 is also 1 and 9 is 10, which is new beginnings. So end of cycles and brand new beginnings. So you're exactly where you need to be, and you're moving in the right direction, providing that you make sure your thoughts are focused in what inspires you, not what tears you down. I wish you best of luck in January. I hope this makes sense. Probably will not make sense at the beginning. It never does, almost never. And then I hear you write to me and say to me that it makes perfect sense at the end of the month. So please listen to it at the end of the month to make sure it makes more sense. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. This means a lot to me. I look forward to seeing you again next month, and if you would like more information on the 6-month reading, that information is below, and also if you would like a private session, that information is also below. Thank you so much again. I wish you best of luck and see you soon. Bye bye.